If there's one thing about Epcot, it knows how to throw a party. A huge, living, breathing celebration of global culture. As fans, we live for the festivals that drop us right into the sights, sounds, and flavors of the world. But isn't there a massive global party that's been conspicuously left off the guest list? Think about it. Every year, after the last holiday decorations come down and before the first artists set up their easels, Epcot gets quiet. There's nothing wrong with quiet. I like Epcot without the festival sometimes, but it's missing a huge opportunity because during that exact same time, billions of people across the globe are celebrating Lunar New Year. So today, I'm pitching a new festival concept that could totally reshape Epcot's calendar and bring an authentic, thrilling, and delicious celebration to the park. This is my concept for an Epcot International Lunar New Year Festival. That quiet patch in late January, early February on the Disney World calendar isn't just a gap, it's a story left untold. Lunar New Year is one of the most important and visually spectacular holidays on the planet, celebrated across China, Korea, Vietnam, and other countless nations and communities. And for Epcot, a park literally founded on the idea of world celebration, to just let this moment pass with a few decorations in the China Pavilion feels like a massive oversight. And the wildest part is we don't even have to guess what a full-scale Disney Lunar New Year Festival would look like. We just have to look west. Over at Disney California Adventure, the Lunar New Year celebration is a massive park-wide event. It's a joyful month-long tribute to Chinese, Vietnamese, and Korean cultures with festival marketplaces, stunning decor, and incredible entertainment. The main event is Mulan's Lunar New Year procession, a spectacular cavalcade with Mulan, Mushu, a ton of dancers, and a massive winding Chinese dragon. They've got unique character meet and greets, a special nighttime water show called Hurry Home, and an energy that completely takes over the park. Seeing how amazing the festival is in California makes its absence in Epcot, the park built for this, all the more obvious. Epcot can and should be doing this too. So let's fix it. My vision is for a dedicated multi-week Epcot International Lunar New Year Festival. The heart of the festival would naturally be the China Pavilion, but its celebratory spirit would be felt all around the World Showcase. Now, any seasoned Epcot fan is going to ask the big question: how would this possibly fit into the already packed festival calendar? That's a fair point. And the answer isn't a total teardown, just some smart strategic tweaks. Let's use the 2026 schedule as our guide. Festival of the Arts is confirmed to run from January 16th to February 23rd. Flower and Garden Festival often kicks off in early March. My proposal was simple. We tighten things up just a little bit. Let's say we shorten Festival of the Arts by 1 week. I know it's already short enough, but let's shorten it by 1 week, ending it around February 16th. This still gives it a solid month-long run. Then we just bump the start of Flower and Garden Festival back a week to around March 11th, and there we are. These two tiny moves open up a perfect window for our new festival, giving Lunar New Year the dedicated spotlight it deserves, avoiding festival fatigue and boosting attendance during what's usually a slower time of the year. Okay, with the schedule sorted, let's get to the fun part. Imagine walking into World Showcase and seeing the China Pavilion completely transformed. The whole area is draped in brilliant red and gold lanterns symbolizing good fortune. At night, the Temple of Heaven comes alive with glowing projections that tell ancient Chinese myths. The gardens are filled with traditional music, and artisans are demonstrating calligraphy and sugar painting right at the front of the pavilion. The centerpiece of the entertainment would be an Epcot-exclusive Mulan's Lunar New Year procession. But this isn't just a parade, it's an immersive performance that uses the winding paths of the China Pavilion to its advantage. Several times a day, a clash of cymbals announces the start as Mulan and Mushu appear, surrounded by incredible acrobats and ribbon dancers. They'd weave through the courtyard, leading to a spectacular lion dance finale. At night, the entertainment continues inside the Temple of Heaven, where the Reflections of China Theater is located. And for the festival, the Circle Vision 360 film would be replaced with a special show. Using the immersive wraparound screen, we could see the tale of the great race that decided the zodiac animals, or an adaptation of California's Hurry Home, following a lantern's journey back to its family for the celebration. Epcot festivals are all about the characters, and this one would be a gold mine for rare and unique meet and greets. The absolute headliners, Mulan, of course, joined by a rare and highly anticipated appearance by Li Shang. The demand to see them reunited would be off the charts and would immediately make this a can't-miss event. And following Disney tradition, Mickey and Minnie would show up in stunning, custom-designed outfits. Donald and Daisy could have their own unique styles too. And to broaden the culture scope, Goofy could appear in a Vietnamese outfit as well, just like he does in California. And here's where we get really clever. The festival would take place right as one zodiac year ends and another begins. And in 2026, the year of the snake ends, and the year of the horse begins on February 17th. This gives us a perfect excuse to feature the rarest of Disney characters, Horace Horsecollar, appearing in a special New Year outfit to ring in his year. That's the kind of deep-cut character choice that Disney fans go crazy for. And since it's the year of the horse, we could also feature a meet and greet with another beloved horse, maybe Bullseye. Imagine getting a photo with both him and Horace. And to round things out, we could also include the major villain from Mulan, of course Shan Yu, and to represent Southeast Asian traditions, we could bring in Raya from Raya and the Last Dragon. You can't call it an Epcot festival without the food, and this is where the concept gets really delicious. I'm proposing a series of 6 to 8 outdoor kitchens centered around China, spilling into Germany and Norway to spread out the crowds. We're talking about all kinds of fun stuff, maybe like a rich pork belly bao with a sweet glaze and maybe an upscale black truffle vegetable bao. How about a bowl of longevity noodles for a long and healthy life? These types of things are what we're looking to include with our food offerings during this awesome festival. And then for drinks, you find the creative cocktails alongside non-alcoholic options, like maybe a vibrant guava dragon fruit sparkler. And to tie it all together, the festival would have its own passport. Get a stamp at each kitchen and you can redeem your completed passport for a special prize. Maybe it's like a custom engraved fortune cookie or a commemorative Year of the Horse coin. All of this would work wonders. But what other food items would you want to see? Let's brainstorm in the comments. And finally, we have to talk about the merchandise. And the merchandise, for the most part, would be sold exclusively in the China Pavilion shops to make them feel special and tied to the location, but I'm sure you can also get them over at Connection Shop as well. But the must-have item would be maybe an annual Spirit jersey for 2026. And then you could also celebrate the Year of the Horse as well with t-shirts, ears, mugs, and other great merchandise. And of course, you'd have a full line of collectibles, limited edition pins of Mulan in her procession, a rare Li Shang pin, maybe a special pin just for Horace Horsecollar, and for some interactive fun, a Disney PhotoPass magic shot where an augmented reality Chinese dragon appears to fly around you in the picture. This isn't just about souvenirs, it's about beautifully designed reminders of a unique cultural experience. This festival isn't just about filling a blank space on the calendar. It's about fulfilling Epcot's original mission. It brings a new layer of cultural authenticity to World Showcase by celebrating a holiday observed by billions. It smartly adapts a proven concept from another Disney park for Epcot's unique layout. It would be a huge hit with guests, a financial success, and most importantly, a powerful and beautiful expression of the global community that Epcot was always meant to be. But that's just my take on it. That's just my idea. What do you think? What other foods, characters, or experiences would you love to see at an Epcot Lunar New Year Festival? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Other than that, guys, thanks for indulging me. Thanks for being here. Hope you guys liked it. I enjoyed bringing it to you. And until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll talk to you soon.